Dang it. Hello. I think it's because I put my finger up or something and then it takes a picture. Where are my glasses? And look, I found my pendant. It was in my patch pants. Which, these are them. Yes. Hi. Okay, let's get this off. Whew. And let's tune in to the frequencies of the earth and the energies of the day. Tune in, tap in, turn on. No, 423 hertz. I almost forgot. Okay. Still looking for a new spot for it to go. All right. I hope you are well and good and choosing love and feeling love and being love and seeing love. It's like love goggles changes the world you see. How you see the world, how you engage in the world. Let's check in with the Actuarians and have them give us a point of attention, point of focus, point of consideration. Reference, point of reference. Ah, yes. And let's intend that these messages are received by all who are meant to receive them. Oh, and sometimes it takes me a bit to get going, so go to the end. I do like a lay of the spread and kind of like a summary. Some good stuff at the end there, maybe. Also, playing with the algorithms, so letting the autoplay choose the next video that comes after this will be attuned to your algorithms, and so it will give you the message or the video that is most relevant to you. So that might be another way to explore. What do we got here? What do we have here? Is this... What is this? What is this one? Where are you? Do, 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 do. It's in here somewhere. It's one of those days where we have to search and search, but you know what? That is part of the message, right? The things that don't come easy, that we have to work a little bit harder for, but with great patience, with great work, comes great reward. This is transition. The energy of transition radiates trust and prepares you for new times. Beautiful. Yeah. Are you feeling it? We are so in the transition mode, and it's about being open. It's about a level of openness and faith in your wings to and your ability to fly, right? What is that saying? The bird doesn't put its faith in the branch it lands upon, but in its own ability to fly, something like that. And this is just exactly that. It's this is that collaboration, the cooperation between you and spirit. Your faith and trust in the universe to hold you is also in tandem a faith in yourself for your ability to survive, to endure, to adapt, to make it work, to make it work. And that's a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. Yes. This is your endurance and your dedication and your faith has all contributed to this transitional period. And it's like, what's it like? It's like something beautiful unfolding. I'm picturing this like machine, and you're like, okay, this and this and this and this and this, okay, go. And then now it's the period of waiting for the machine to put the things together to create the thing that you get, right? Why is it something that's not in existence in this world yet? Okay, well, what about when you are waiting to get your picture taken? You know, those kiosks, you sit in those booths, photo booths, and you get your photo taken, and then you have to wait for the pictures to be developed, and then they come out, and then you have to wait a little longer because it's like a Polaroid, and then you get your photos, right? So I feel like this transition is requiring you to just trust that it's happening. And when you see evidence of it, make a big deal about it. Be like, aha, I see you, evidence. I see you, universe, reminding me to keep going, that it's all part of the process, and the transformations that I have gone through up until this point are all adding, aiding, contributing to this transition period. The in-between space, which is kind of cool because you're able to watch the things fall away and materialize at the same time. It's kind of like a behind the scenes, like in a play, when they are changing scenes, right? It goes dark, everybody's in the audience, and people aren't freaking out going, oh my God, it's going to be dark forever. They know that this is part of the process, and soon the lights, there's stuff going on in the darkness. People and things are being moved around and shifted and adjusted. And then when the lights come back on, it reveals the new stage, the new set, right? So we're in that phase, but it feels more like an intermission where we can, go to the washroom, focus on self-care, get some refreshments, stretch our legs a bit, adjust, and prepare for the next show, the next act. Is it scene? No, act. I don't know enough about those things. Okay. I was in some plays though back in the day. Okay. Let's consciously and intentionally ask the runes to support our transition period with some wisdom and some guidance and some clarity and some information. Are we transitioning into one who must pluck? No, there it is. There it is. Ooh, beautiful. There's the transition right there. Okay. We're transitioning. We're in the stage of purge, right? The release, the burn away, the alarm that signals, or the light that flashes in the theater that signals that this is a transition period, right? Thura says yes. Okay, and then Wunjo. This is where we're going. This is the transition into beautiful, joyful, blooming abundance. Gorgeous. Okay, Thura says, where are you, Thura says? Oh, see, Wunjo appeared first. So that's telling me that we're that much closer to lights on again than we are to this is just happening, right? Okay. I need to know more about all the things. I mean, maybe there's a reason why. Well, I have to trust. There's a reason why those particular analogies come up, because they must be relevant to you in some degree. So I don't need to know because you know. Okay. Okay. So there says, yeah, like there says is not, that's the end. That's the place we are leaving. There it is. Okay. Protection, passion, defense, conflict, and male potency. Okay. So this is giving me that you're still in a vulnerable state, right? It's still darkness. It's still the in-between period. And so protect yourself, cleanse and clear. And it's also while you are burning away, there are things that are going to come up and revisit, and old programs, old ways of being and doing are going to kind of give their last hurrah. Like, remember when we used to think this way or do this way or whatever, be this way? And it's an opportunity for you to be like, yes, I do. And we're done with that now, right? And this is part of the protecting where you're going, right? This protection of solidly moving into yourself, into the person you are building, the person you're wanting to be now. And so when those old kids that are no good, up to no good, knock on your door and say, hey, do you want to play? Protecting what you've built by saying no, right? No, thank you. You guys have fun. This is what I'm doing now, right? Okay. Yes, defense and conflict, protection against engaging in those lower frequency vibration things, right? You are elevating, you are transitioning out of struggle and conflict and into joyful beingness. Okay, let's read with the Munjo. Joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, and prosperity, right? Okay. So this is that. This is that. Also, this male potency of the wolf. This is that action. This is that over complicating, over giving, overdoing things, right? And moving, transitioning into more of a being state. And in the being, in the feminine, it is receiving, it is allowing, it is non-resistance, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. Where are we? Okay. Let's do it. Let's tap on in. And we'll get some messages from the tarot. I love this. What's happening? Okay. It's weird. But we will consider it to be necessary. This is the thing, right? All things are a thing. And your ability to discern the thing is your ability to receive the message. And when you are in conflict or resistance or too much in the brain, your brain will try to dismiss or downplay whatever messages. Yes, and if you're getting any sort of heat flashes, trust that is also on a cellular level. This purging, this bubbling up of any old residual stuff down in the depths, and it's escaping and releasing from the steam. So drink lots of water and rest. Okay, yes. Because this is the balancing, the harnessing, the reaching for the sun. The sun and the moon, right? And being in a position where you can. Look at all these hands down here. They're not high enough, right? And they also don't have the tool. But we don't even know. Maybe this figure got to the top of this mountain and was able to reach the moon, make a connection with the moon, in order to utilize it as a tool to harness the sun. This is also giving me, like, if the moon was your intuition, using your intuition to balance in with the sun. I'm also getting with the male potent energy, right? Which is the male is the sunshine and the female is the moon. This is that harnessing, balancing, a cooling, a finding that sweet spot. Because if the sun is out too long, it will burn things away, right? We need to have a time in the sun and the time in the shade, in the dark. So this balance, before it was all exposure and action and hot, passionate power. And this process of cooling, it's like alchemy, or swords, creating swords, forging between the hot and the cold, right? Okay, I don't know what I'm saying there. But okay, balance. Thank you. Balance between the masculine and feminine within. Okay, so this beautiful Four of Wands, we have connected and found balance in our perspective, in our position with the sun and the moon, and created a cohesive balance. Is there no other word for balance? Okay. And this is what the Four of Wands does. This is a celebratory. If Wunjo was a image, I feel like this is what this is, right? This hummingbird would be living its best life in this environment, okay? But we've got the 4, which is the balance. We've got the masculine and feminine, and the masculine and feminine coming together and creating this sturdy structure, right? 4 legs to a table creates a sturdy stableness. We've also got this yellow. This is like sunshine. What is this? Your solar chakra, energy, heart, and soul. And then also, if you look close here, you see this split with the dark and the light. And this is exactly it, this balancing. Okay. 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 Lots of passionate. It's funny because it's like there is a lot of heat right now. I'm just gonna put the fan down here. 9 of Wands. Okay. And this is my tending to your spiritual garden card, right? We've got the soul star chakra. We've got the third eye chakra. We've got the solar star chakra, solar plex, solar plex. Is it just called the solar chakra? Anyways. And then the earth star chakra, the one that's below your feet, right? So there's this earth and sky, and then in the middle, this internal, your central nervous system and your third eye. Balancing. There's the 4 points. Excellent. Okay, but this spiritual tending, this is also part of this dark phase, right? This intermission period where you are allowing yourself a connection to what you feel and know, right? Usually, they do turn on some kind of lights during the intermission so that people can go to and from. But isn't it a different type of light, right? It's like because they don't want to take the magic too much away from the stage and everything. I guess they close the curtains and then whatever they're doing behind the curtain. But anyways, that's too technical. My point is this transition period is a good time to focus on your inner states, right? And yeah, because your inner states are a direct result of, or your outer states are going to be a direct result of your inner state. So all this sewing and tending and connecting and balancing that you are doing or have been doing or have done or are in the process of, whatever stage you're in, past, present, future, these readings are timeless for a reason, because energy is timeless. This is why any of the readings that come up for you are meant for you, where you're at in your space and time and place, right? Okay. And this 10 of Cups is a regulated nervous system. This is peace. This is love. This is joy. This is prosperity. If Wunjo and the 4 of Cups, like, this is a celebratory party, okay? This is soul family coming together. This is harmony, balance, abundance, joy. Look at that sun power in the center, right? Gorgeous. Okay. How are we doing this here? Okay, 10 of Cups. Gorgeous. Peace, love, harmony, happiness. abundance, health, wealth, love. Okay, there we go. So this is the work. 8 of Pentacles, doing the work. Head down, focusing on the task at hand, right? And so this is also a recognition or a time to acknowledge how much work you have done. We can get so fixed, so focused on the thing that we're working on that we kind of forget all these other things that we've worked on, right? And I'm also seeing a link between these cards, like each of these cups are somehow connected to each of these wheels or modes or whatever that you've been working on. So this could be like career, home life, your hobbies, interests, researching, reading, or like educating yourself, personal growth, what did I say? I already forget everything that I said, but you know what I mean? Like all your areas of self that you work on, your social dynamics, your physical dynamics, all of the things, okay? And this is about your work paying off, basically, okay? And that is beautiful. We just had the dragon fall down here. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But the dragons purify. They help to burn away. They help to reignite your connection with your higher self and your gifts and your internal power and flame. And so this is either a call, because we've already declared in past readings that when things fall on the ground, it's like the universe highlighting the text, declaring, pay extra attention to this, right? And so this, take advantage of this purging period. It's very, very necessary part of this movement towards this. You don't want to bring or carry any of that old stagnant energy that is no longer serving you. You don't want to carry that into the next act, right? You want to be fresh and new. It's like, I don't know, this is weird. When you're a caterpillar, right? Say you have a collection of shoes for all your caterpillar feet, and you love your shoes. It's the one thing about being a caterpillar that you absolutely loved. And so as you are purging and burning and letting go of all the old things, transforming in the cocoon stage, which I feel like we've already done. That's the work. That's this tending and everything. We've now emerged as the butterfly, but maybe haven't quite taken off yet, right? Flown away and claimed our life as an air flying being now. And we've got these shoes. We're holding on to these shoes. We don't want to get rid of these shoes. And it's like we don't need them anymore. We don't have 57 feet or however many feet caterpillars have. It's totally such a random analogy. Oh my God. Okay. Let go of the shoes. Okay. You don't have the feet for it anymore. Those things are irrelevant. That was my point. Let go of the irrelevant things. Really take a look at your transformation and who you are transforming into, and really be honest with yourself Does that person need these things anymore, right? Does that version? And no, it's like having the coolest vehicle, land vehicle. Well, you just learned to fly. Land vehicles, even if it's the coolest land vehicle in the world, it's still irrelevant to you because you can fly, right? Okay. Okay, we got another 4 coming out, and this is your balancing. Okay, this is the awareness and attention to all of the areas. Maybe in the past, it was all action, 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 and go, 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 go. Well, that creates an imbalance. And so this period is about the balance and the recognition of how important the balance is, the balancing in all of the realms, your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual, right? This is the grounding. This is the protection. This is the connection. This is the spiritual garden tending, or the soil that you plant or nurture your spirit plants in. Okay, because we've got the Queen of Wands coming out here. And she is in her beingness, okay? She is unapologetically herself, authentic and visible, protected. Look at, we got the lions on either side of her. She's got the black cat. So this connection to the intuition, this being able to perceive things that not everybody can. The harnessing of the sunflower power. I feel like this is the result of the balancing that happened here. She harnessed, see the staff here? She harnessed the sun through her intuition and pulled the sun down, planted it in her rich, balanced soil, and sunflowers started to bloom. Okay, and the beautiful thing about sunflowers is that they carry hundreds of seeds within themselves to plant hundreds more. Okay, so this is that abundance, this legacy abundance, right? Because it can continue to happen over and over and over again. So, someone who speaks their truth confidently, very charismatic. People are drawn to the Queen of Wands for her wisdom, for her knowing, for her authenticity, always checking to see what she's up to next. I just am noticing the pattern on her dress here. And I feel like get my little magnifying glass here. They're tiny sunflowers. Okay, so yes, adding to her fertileness. And oh, there's a tiger on her right here. It's like a tiger. Cool. So again, this instinctive, intuitive, attuned, aware, right? Cats can see through veils, can sense things, they know things, they intuit things, they're quick to respond and adapt, the whole landing on their feet and protective. Okay. Okay, Queen of Wands. So this could represent and being. Okay, so the masculines are the doers, and the feminines are the beers. So this kind of confirms this transition from this male potency, this always doing, and overdoing, into this joyful beingness. Okay. Okay, joyful beingness. The Queen of Wands. What do we got here? Okay, overcoming adversities, the devils with confidence, okay? Facing them head on with your sword of truth. The devils don't want the truth, right? They want the delusion, the illusion. Because when you are in a state of uncertainty, you are more susceptible to influence away from your truth. Okay, so this is about confidently confronting your fears. Yes, confidently confronting your fears with your truth. Something about speaking your truth, shattering illusion. It's like truth speakers, right? There are family dynamics where there's like a narcissist who gaslights to control a situation, and they create a false narrative. And then there are those within the family who benefit from the false narrative. And so they, knowing it's false, still support it, right? So a lot of the times when truth speakers are like, hey, this isn't right, this is the truth, not only are they stomped down by the main, but they're also stomped down by the supporters, because to admit or would shatter the illusion, right? So, and a lot of the times, this is that forging alone, right? This is the standing strong in your truth. This is part of the hermiting thing, because it is up to you, right? You're the one who can choose to stay in the illusion or break free from it. So this is you breaking free from the illusion, and be damned whatever else happens, right? Like as a people pleaser, we might avoid speaking the truth because we don't want to upset those people who are benefiting from it, right? And part of this being in your authenticity is to speak your truth regardless of what illusions it shatters. Okay, something about that. So you stomping out the shadows with your truth. Yeah. I mean, I've got this example in my brain, but I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to share it. It's just a personal one. And then, but that's the thing, right? I don't want to share it because then I might shatter someone's illusion and all this kind of stuff, right? But so also discernment, right? For me to share that truth, I'll have to go back into it, right? I have to feel it, be it, see it, be in it. And this transition is no longer entertaining or being in amongst those, right? So sometimes speaking your truth isn't about tearing down and burning the illusions and, walking away and whatever, to hell with all the people that are stuck under the rubble, right? Sometimes it's just removing yourself out. And that's what I'm getting with this. Okay, so somehow your involvement was linked to this illusion. So you're removing yourself from it. You're refusing to be a part of the circus, is actually making it crumble. So you don't even have to do anything. Just your removal of self. I'm not playing this, right? Even the engaging in it, you're still kind of playing in with it. Okay, so this is where my story comes into play. So I had a situationship with somebody, and it was my baby daddy. Okay. And, we're friendly, whatever, making things work in a parenting situation, right? Family dynamic type thing, but separate. And anyways, the deal was he was going to pay for dinner and order it, because then he can pay for it. And then I was going to pick it up and bring it to him. Which, trade off, sure. Okay. So I put in my order. I wanted butter chicken and a side of white rice and some garlic naan. Okay. And so he puts in the order, and I go and I pick it up and I bring it over to his place, and we're pulling everything out to eat. Where's my white rice? And he's like, oh, well, you can just have some of my rice. And he got like this fully loaded, chicken and onions and whatever, like the loaded rice, right? And I'm like, well, I don't want your rice. I wanted my plain white rice because it goes with my buttered chicken. I want the buttered chicken flavor. I don't want all this other flavors you got going in your crazy rice, right? And he totally spun it to make it like I was making a big deal out of nothing. It was no big deal. He's got lots of rice and it's good. He likes it. So why shouldn't I? Right. And I got so freaking bad. And when I tried to say to him, like, okay, what if the tables were turned, if I was ordering and I didn't get your rice and instead was like, you can just have my rice, how would you feel? And he immediately was like, well, that doesn't even make any sense because my rice is good and yours is just plain. Like, so my point is, sometimes when you try to confront something, it just gives more fuel for the other person to create this chase around, whirlwind, avoidant, denial, delusion, crazy making ness, right? And so the best case scenario is to just leave, right? Like looking back, and what I would do now, well, I mean, it wouldn't have even, whatever, but you know what I mean, would be to just, oh, not my rice? Oh, you could just have mine. So he didn't not forget it, or he didn't forget to get it. He just assumed. He just was like, you don't actually want that. You can just have mine, right? Because mine's good, whatever, right? So sometimes speaking your truth, being confident in your truth, is to remove yourself completely from the equation, from the situation. This is how you be, right? I think that old way of engaging is that masculine fire energy, right? That like, hey, no, I need to fight for you to understand. But there are people out there who aren't interested in the least in the understanding. They just want to see you getting upset, they just feed off of the energy that you produce. And so by by disengaging, you're not putting any energy in, right? And so they're not getting any, and you're not losing any. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful in some way. But it was a real good example of like why I chose to fly. This is that. This is that. This is the trust and the faith in the divine. This is back to the beginning with this trust in your own ability to fly just as much as you are trusting in the universe working in your favor and it having you, right? In this in tandem, balanced beingness. This is what you're learning. This is what you've learned. All your past experiences have led you to this place now where you can reflect, see, learn, and evolve and empower yourself. This is what is bringing you into your joy space, right? You know what it feels like to be dismissed, to be gaslit, and you know what it feels like when you try to fight against those things. And you've learned that removing yourself is the most efficient way of dealing with that. So good for you if you did, okay? Because yes, your ships are coming in. Your ships are coming in and you know, okay? So like this figure, you being like, yes, those are my ships over there. This taps into your inner knowing, your intuition, right? This person's already there and they're like, oh yeah, there's my ships, because they had an inkling. They're like, you know what? I feel like if I were to go down to the water right now, I'd see my ships coming in. And sure enough, lo and behold, there they are. Okay, so that's the trusting in your intuition and a recognition of your ability to receive and perceive the things that are meant for you, that are coming your way. And then in the beginning, I talked about skipping to the end to get the summary. And so what I'm getting is maybe during the intermission where the lights are a little bit dim and, you know, you're waiting in between the acts to refresh and to recalibrate and to go to the bathroom, eliminate, like release the things that are no longer serving you, and then there's a pamphlet that you pick up in the lounge or whatever, and it gives you a short little summary of what to expect for the second act, or whatever after the intermission part of the show. And it says, something like big things are coming for you, big changes. There's wind on the sails or whatever. There's clues or hints, these things that you are open to because you're not full of conflict and drama and trying to find a way into a person's brain to make them understand where you're coming from or to acknowledge your needs or whatever it is that you need somebody else to do for you, instead of all this energy into trying to make this person see something that they are dedicated to be blind to. You are, where did I go with that? I went too deep on that one again. I don't know, something about having an inkling and following it. You put two and two together, you're like, winds and sails, something's coming, beautiful. I'm going to go down to the water and look at that. They were talking about ships. Okay. And then we got people coming in, people being drawn. And they could be connected to your ships. They could be those who are going to help you build the dock to make sure that the ships get to you. But fives typically are the ones that are for you and the ones that aren't for you. And I think when you are in this place of being seen and firm, I think there are there are those that will look at you and just be like, oh, there's no way that I can get anything from that person, so I'm not even going to try, right? Because narcissists and energy suckers, they don't want to make an effort. This is the whole point why they are sucking energy from other people, because it's easy, right? So they're looking for easy marks. And you shining bright in your authenticity and in your confident power, you are signaling to most that you're not one to be messed with. But I do feel like there are those who do like a challenge, who see you as something to conquer. And they're like, oh, this person thinks they're all strong and confident. Well, let's just see if I can get in there somehow, find a weak point, right? Chip away. And they get off on the dismantling, right? And sorry, those cards that came up, it was the Two of Pentacles, which is also a transition, balancing point stage. And then there was the King of Cups, the being taking action from your heart space, and this could be action towards your own preservation. And also the High Priestess. And so your intuition. So it's your heart and your intuition, and that balancing of those things that will help you to recognize when there is a devil trying to sip from your cup, right? And you confidently cutting them away. Yes, because people energetically will be able to sense when you are leveling up, and or want to get in on it, right? They're like, oh, this person, something's going on with them. I feel something coming in. So this is part of this burning away, right? It's like a heating up and an elevating, and it is also shedding light upon all those around you who are just keeping tabs or attaching on in order to catch some of the overflow that spills from you. Um, so I immediately, my focus shifted to these two symbols here. This transition from this to this slight movement, right? Making all the difference. And so trust in the process of all things right now. Know that it is your transition period, and that you're transitioning into joy, love, and abundance, right? And balance. Yeah, you're not going to be fooled anymore. You've existed in many, many environments of manipulation and belittling, downplaying, gaslighting. And so much so, this could be those contained relationships that you have worked through, and them all contributing to this whole picture that you are now able to see, right? Aspects of self. This is how we learn how to recognize our people-pleasing tendencies. It's about going back into all those relationships in the past and seeing when and where we didn't speak our truth. We didn't, we tried too hard. We stayed even though we felt diminished or unacknowledged or not appreciated or whatever the case may be. And I think we don't have to fear that happening anymore. And maybe that's part of this revisiting of the old self, right? Like someone may come in that represents that old version to give you an opportunity to be like, no, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not one who falls for that anymore. I'm not one who stays in that anymore, or whatever, right? And that's super powerful and gorgeous. Okay. Okay. So the last one that's coming out here is the Hermit. Okay. And so for those who needed to step away from everyone in their life because they woke up one day, looked around, and was like, wow, everyone in my world, I can't trust anybody, right? This is the thing. When you recognize, this is part of the shadow work too, when you recognize aspects of yourself that are not able to recognize things, or are overly trusting of people, assuming that they've got their best interest in mind, or got your best interest in mind, and you are constantly giving of yourself and trying really hard to be accepted, and because maybe then they will see you, or then they will acknowledge you, you start to distrust your own ability to discern and to recognize. And so I know for me, the first step was to pull away from everything, get out of everywhere. Just like, nope, 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 no, I can't trust anybody. I need to figure my own stuff out, right? I need to go in and do some work and burn away and recognize and to heal and transmute and to understand and to process and to empower. And then when you get there, be like, okay, I will let you in one at a time. right? And you confidently cut away. You see them coming from a mile away. They shine different. Okay, we have gone into the realm of way too long time. And I'm not sure who is even this far. So I'll just keep going. Beautiful. We've got the vision of 55. So double fives. Double fives. Okay, 55. You're right. Yeah. The vision, the dream, the imagined, the revealed. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny towards which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection with the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery, bring back the dreams. And we've got eyes all around here on the little side images here. Okay, and that's the thing with the wands too. They're the visionaries, right? They hold the vision in a non-resistant way, especially the king of wands, right? It's very tunnel vision on the purpose, on his purpose. Okay. When light, potent imagination, synchronicity, and trust, beautiful. This goes back to this transition. We are trusting the transition. We are trusting that all of the working components behind the curtain are rearranging things for our greatest and highest good, for the joy, for the love, for the stable, celebratory beautifulness. Okay. Look at art you loved when you were young. Listen to old records and poems. These are all ways to activate the vision. Ooh. Yeah, reassess. I mean, that's the other thing. We're surrounded by people who are threatened, jealous, envious, whatever, of your light, your love, your purity, your intent. And so you're in these environments and you're dreaming out loud because you haven't learned yet to keep it to yourself. And you've got all those people being like, no, you can't do that. No, people can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, 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 no. And so once you've freed yourself, once you've reestablished yourself as confident, right? To revisit those times, right? This is part of this work reference, being able to look back and see, maybe revisit some of those things that you were drawn to wanting to do that were poo-pooed by those people in your life at the time, right? You can gauge how connected you are to your vision by how tired you are, since the vision feeds us energy. It affects our life's force and vitality. Interesting. Okay, but this card here, look at this. We've got 2 sets of hands and 2 owls. So look at the balance, right? Beautiful. Okay, well, that is all of the time in the world. If you made it this far, wow, I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. This reading, I feel, was kind of all over the place, but maybe that's because we're in this transition period, right? And things are all over the place as it's reforming. It's like on the Sword of the Stone, when Gandalf packs up his place, right? Everything's all in the air and it's crazy and everything's shrinking and loading and it's chaos, but then everything fits into his little handbag and everything's clean and he's good to go, right? But during that period, there's like this chaos period as everything is reorganizing. Okay, so get lots of ocean medicine, get out to the ocean, smell it, hear it, be in it. Allow any gifts that come from it. Speaking of gifts, I went to the ocean the other day and there's shells all over the place, and this one was kind of on its side and it was full of dirt, and it was like, hey, I'm for you. And so I walked over there, picked it up, was like, okay. So I took them home, but I don't know if you can see all of the opalescence that it's got going on here, and look at the back of it. And it's also opalescent on the back, which I've never seen that before. And it seems really old, like thick, like it's super thick. I don't know if it's the same as trees with the lines and the years or whatever, but it's super thick, sturdy. And I mean, is it an oyster? It must be an oyster. I don't know. I don't know. Beautiful though. But I took it as a gift, right? A gift from the universe, a gift from the ocean. Okay, then we've got let them, okay? Let them live in their own delusion. Let them think what they want to think. Let them say what they want to say. You just go and do what you got to do for yourself and make it beautiful, okay? Also, let them love you. Let them honor and appreciate you, right? You don't have to be so suspicious anymore. She's so cute. I mean, you're protected and you're trusting in your intuition. You're trusting in those little things that it kind of feels weird. Trust that, right? But those that see you and want to love and support you, let them do that. Let them love you, right? Let them love you. Okay. Let them show you how you should have been treated this whole time. Let true love in. Beautiful. And all in divine timing. Okay. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Wow. Wowza. The longest, most chaotic, up in the air, all over the place, I feel like reading I've ever done. Maybe. I don't know. But it is what it is. Okay. Love and appreciate you. Thank you for being here through it all. If you made it through it all. And hopefully there was something in there for you to take and empower, or to even see things from a different perspective. All of these things contribute to our evolution, to our growth. Okay, but we are in a transition period, so trust it. Ground in your balancing and being, and let the world and your beingness surprise and delight you. Okay, because you're amazing and you deserve all of the gorgeous things that are supposed to be yours. Okay, you are claiming it, you are taking it, you are being blessed with your gorgeousness. Okay, love and appreciate you. See you next time.